the semifinals, where 8 pilots are set to battle for just 4 spots in the final race.
My experience in qualifying was really an uphill battle.
Flying bears all over the place.
I'm just super excited to even be in semifinals. In the semifinals, there's a lot more pressure.
These 8 pilots have earned the right to be here through qualifying. Alongside Ryan Gurry, I am Craig Hummer. And Ryan, what did we learn during those qualifying rounds that differentiates the best pilots?
We learned several things. In a live race environment, it's easy to get distracted. The best pilots concentrate on the line and not on each other. The top pilots have found that balance between flying fast and playing it safe. And as in all racing, minimal inputs and not overcorrecting are the keys to being smooth and fast. The best pilots rip off the line and get away from the pack. Full tilt, stick to the plastic. They just need to be careful to avoid collision.
In the qualifiers, nobody did that better than Zumas, and he's one of our pilots in our first semifinal. He'll be in purple. Joining him, Rec in blue, Moke in red, and FPV Provo in orange.
Heading into the semifinal round, do you feel like you have a target on your back?
Oh, I definitely have a target on my back. Everyone knows that I was the fastest last night, so I'm the man to beat, and they're all going to try and do it.
Past performance doesn't matter. It's a clean slate here in the semis. These 4 pilots have to prove their worth all over again. There he goes again, Zumas with another great start.
Zumas is perpendicular to the ground, full tilt and staring at the seats.
Behind him in red, Moke, followed by FPV Provo in orange. Oh, FPV Provo takes himself out.
Entering a gate in a turn is a lot harder than hitting it straight on. There's a lot of collisions here.
FPV Provo is done in this first heat. Out in front in purple, Zumas, followed by Moke through the first tunnel.
This is a technical part of the course. They can't just take it one turn at a time. They have to be constantly planning for the next move.
Chess at 80 miles an hour. Moke in red, pursuing Zumas in purple. It's the big vertical drop to set up for the helix.
Zumas plays it safe in the helix, slowing down to ensure a clean exit.
Moke didn't get the same memo. Aggressive as always. He's made the pass. Oh! Bam! Moke finds the wall. Zumas, solo leader.
Moke's aggressive flying serves him well with reeling in Zumas, but he needs to dial it back if he wants to survive these tunnels.
After the crash, Moke was able to roll over checkpoint B, so that means he will get 100 points for this heat. Zumas heads through the final gates. Meanwhile, Rec in blue is making his way out of the helix. Rec had a technical issue with his controller that got fixed. Race officials started timing his lap from launch, which in essence turns this lap for him into a time trial. Meanwhile, Zumas finishes, but because of Rec's late start, this is still a race.
The frustration after a technical glitch has to be tough. Rec has a lot to overcome to calm his nerves and not make any mistakes.
He goes around the final turn. He will finish getting the 50 points. Will await his official finishing time.
So this was the best time set so far in the competition by Zumas here. What did you figure out to be able to gain that speed?
I think today it was easier for me to go out first race of the day and just not let my nerves get to me. Just fly my race and do what I know to do best. Let's go fast.
Zumas's record run was worth 498 points. Rec's official time, 102.2. That becomes worth 328. Moke crashed out after checkpoint B, therefore he earns 100.
So let's get them set up.
Race 3, Heat 2, red drone.
Battery.
Red drone, Steve, zoom.
We are going to get countdown in about 30 seconds.
Second heat of the first semifinal, same 4 pilots and another chance to earn points in their quest to qualify for the final. And Zumas, same as he ever does, out in front at the start.
What a strategy for Zumas, getting out in front into the heads of the other pilots. Both Moke and Red want to catch up, but what they need to do is focus on their lines and stay smooth.
Moke in red, he is in third, directly in front of him, blue. That is Rec. As they all set up for gate number 4, they are through, and now it's the tricky entrance to checkpoint A.
Oh, Rec abandoned his approach to circle around, enter the tunnel safely.
Oh! Well, Moke should have done the same thing because his aggressiveness ends his heat yet again.
Here you see the difference between Moke and Rec. Moke has one mode, which is aggression. He clips the wall, crashes. Rec is showing a bit of wisdom to smartly circle around. The 5 seconds it costs him is nothing compared to crashing out.
Up ahead of the fray in purple, Zumas deftly handling the vertical drop and setting up what he hopes is a clean trip through the helix.
Zumas has no idea how far back Rec really is. Rec needs to be smart and quick if he wants to catch Zumas.
Well, partner, you must have a crystal ball, and Rec must have your analysis in his headset because the gap is rapidly closing.
Zumas is incredibly consistent throughout the bowl, hitting the same line at the same pace every time.
Don't count out the wild card Rec. He is closing and closing fast.
Look at how much ground he's gained. Rec is an amazing competitor.
Rec's tenacity, while being admirable, isn't enough. Less than a second separates the two pilots at the finish.
Coming for you.
Zumas wins again.
You had the biggest lead on me, and I was just like,
I'm not pushing it. I wanted the points, you know?
Well, in DRL, we do see crashes, and we just saw that from Moke. What happened going through the tunnel there?
I just got too close to the wall and clipped it, same as the first heat.
Knowing that you're having to fight a little bit with these two guys in this semifinal round, do you feel as though you're taking more risks than normal?
Totally. Yeah, they're fast.
After 2 heats, the overall standings look like this. Zumas has won them both. His score, 985 points. Rec keeping it close in spite of a few obstacles, 806. Moke, 2 crashes, 150. He needs something big in this last heat if he wants to ensure himself a spot in the final.
The guy sitting next to you, Rec, he is chasing you down. Are you at all nervous or worried about him?
No, I'm not worried about Ross. I know he's a great pilot, but as I've proven, I can beat him, so I'm gonna keep doing that.
Third and final heat, last chance for these 4 pilots to earn points. Points may matter, but this race might come down to pride for Rec. He had the top score in qualifying, but yet to beat Zumas here. Ooh! Right off the bat, Moke and Rec, the two with the most to lose, crash.
That's disheartening. One of the main risks in drone racing and a part of launching hard.
With Moke out, if FPV Provo could do well, he could make the final. Here he is pushing Zumas, and Provo into the gate yet again. This seems like a pattern for Provo. How's it happen?
Fast forward flight requires delicate balance of speed, pitch, and elevation. Provo's accelerating without enough pitch and rising too high before gates.
Zumas alone again. He's better than these 3, but with another semi still to go, he needs to accumulate as many points as possible. Aside from Zumas' dominance, the other top story, the crash at the start between Moke and Rec.
The pilots are just trying to keep up with Zumas from the launch. Even with a staggered setup, Moke launches too hard and runs right into the back of Rec.
It is a coronation lap for Zumas as he wins all 3 heats. He has now set the bar for the 4 pilots in semifinal number 2.
Good work, Steve.
Do you think you'll have enough after the semifinal round to get into the finals?
My fingers are really crossed that I've got enough. I'm pretty sure I've done well enough, but them other 4 could really turn it on and take me out.
With semifinal 1 in the books, Rec's 806 points are good, but they may not be enough. Zumas, however, with 1,471 looks like a lock.
We saw you just barely make it into that top 8 to get to the semifinal today. Are you going to change anything up with your strategy today?
Yeah, today I feel like I have slightly better feeling for the course and the different turns. So I'm going to bring a little bit more speed into each lap.
Yesterday, you finished 3rd in points. Are you feeling a little bit of pressure going into the semifinal round now?
I don't think the pressure has changed. I've always felt pressure, probably mostly on myself just to not make mistakes.
The helix. That seemed to be my nemesis.
Ryan, we knew the helix would be tricky and challenging. It has brought the demise of a lot of top pilots.
The helix is a long twisting ramp that rises in elevation. It fights all the tilt on your drone so you can't see into the distance. The final corner is also pretty difficult. You have to line up perfectly to exit that bomb.
In semifinal number 2, heat number 1, Ferrari exited the helix too early and hit the wall. And then in heat 2, Flying Bear all alone misjudges the top of the helix, and that started the domino effect that ended his heat. This spot has become Flying Bear's Achilles helix because if you remember, it almost cost him his chance to go to the semifinals. Going into the last heat of the semifinals, the overall standings look like this. Zumas and Rek, well, they have clinched their spots in the final, but after that, it is wide open. It is a free-for-all for the final 2 spots. Just finishing could be enough to advance. Last heat, last chance. Crash, you go home. Complete the course, you probably advance. Ryan, you're a pilot. How do you fly under this type of pressure?
You come all this way and you practice this hard. 1 millimeter on your stick could end it all. You just have to grit your teeth, you have to stay focused, you have to move forward and make do.
Clean start by all 4. Rafa in red just gets passed by Ferrari and oh boy, Rafa goes down. He's out. He will not advance.
Those handrails are hard to see, but they're there. Fly too low and get cut in 2.
Flying Bear's FPV turned out to be a great view, but man, he almost got hit himself by the shrapnel. And then there were 3 fighting for those 2 spots. Everyone setting up to enter the first tunnel. Ferrari through. Oh! Kazakh in purple explodes.
Kazakh lines up well, but approaches just a bit too low, and his overcorrection hits the top of the bomb.
2 men left. Ferrari in blue, Flying Bear in orange. While they're racing each other, if they both finish, they would both move on. But they now have to contend with the helix, which throughout the competition has crushed their dreams. Flying Bear's through, but Ferrari is finished.
What a disappointment for Ferrari. This is not the outcome he expected.
To add insult to injury, if Ferrari had made it past checkpoint B, that red light on the ground, he would have at least tied Moke for 4th. But Ferrari's flameout clinches Flying Bear's spot in the final, and it becomes a victory lap.
Flying Bear has had many challenges, but he has kept his head in the game. He does not get down, he does not give up. Under pressure when it counted, he performed.
I knew it was possible, but practically I did not think this would be happening. It's a true underdog story.
So what did you rely on to get you into this Final 4?
I just kept telling myself to breathe deeply and just fly smoothly, try to go slow, don't take too much risk. And I ended up flying really fast anyway, and I was happy with that.
For many of these pilots, this was the first competition on this grand a scale. And for half the semifinal field, the pressure won. But for the top 4, Zumas, Rek, Flying Bear, and Moke, they found a way. But the pecking order disappears as the scores reset to 0 and the finals loom on the horizon. A new day with a championship on the line.
If I could actually win this competition, it would be the greatest amount of satisfaction knowing that I'm really great at something I love to do.
I would never have dreamt this in a million years. Consistency is what's going to win this.
I've always been very competitive.
I came here to win. Well, this is the biggest drone race I've been a part of, and being able to win is really just breaking right for all these guys, so it could be anybody's game.